Suppose you are on a trip abroad and you happen to meet a foreign friend who seems interested about the richness of the language in our country. How will you explain it to him? Ask first what he already knows, then provide additional explanations and clarification on the things he was familiar with. Philippine dialects and cultures. There are around 120 to 175 dialects in the Philippines. However, there are 8 most common dialects. The first one is Tagalog. It is widely spoken language in the Philippines and most people in Luzon tend to speak Tagalog. Since the country has many islands, they use Tagalog as the standard dialect to avoid language barriers. Cebuano as the second most commonly used and practiced language in the country. The third dialect is Ilocano. The third most spoken language is Iloco or Ilocano, and it is spoken by 7 million Filipinos. This is the lingua franca of people residing in the northern region of the Philippines. The Ilocanos had their own system of writing Kuritan. Hiligaynon is most termed as Ilonggo in some areas in Iloilo and Negros Occidental. However, there are some places that speaks the language argue not to call the dialect Ilonggo. They state that the term Ilonggo is referring to ethno-linguistic group of native inhabitants of Iloilo. The Bicolano language was influenced by the Spanish language, and it is the fifth most spoken language in the Philippines. The Waraya language has insignificant alteration in some words of Bisaya and Waray, but most of the time they shared exact words with similar meanings. Even the language structures and sentence construction is not different from each other. Pampangan. This dialect is also termed as Kapampangan or Pampangueño, Pangasinan, the third biggest province in the whole Philippines archipelago. Its name is derived from the word salt or asin in vernacular, owning the fine, rich salt beads which were made the prime source of livelihood from the province of coastal towns. Cultures of Filipinos. Filipinos are very resilient. In times of calamities, Filipinos always manage to rise above the challenge. Instead of wallowing, they manage to pick themselves up and smile. Filipinos take pride in their families. In the Philippines, it is a family first. Filipinos are very religious. In all corners of Filipino house, you can find brazen image of crosses and other religious paraphernalia. Filipinos are very respectful. They were taught how to respect by using simple catchphrases such as po and opo. Filipinos help one another, more popularly known as bayanihan. Filipinos help one another without expecting anything in return, so that undertaking their tasks and responsibilities become much easier.